Okay, I'm back. Time to cook something for. Yeah, time to cook something. Right. Let's do that.
Oh yeah, rock on!
Yeah, why not? Okay. So I should be able to do something now, right? Yo.
All done! Let's use the empty box that Tainari gave us since we already washed it. Oh, it smells amazing! And the box is a nice touch too! Let's go serve this up and start eating with Hypasia!
One thing I want to say is the last time I played this quest was a month ago, before Honkai Star Rail released, and I kind of wanted to read the manga first, so I had to pause the quest, and then I ended up playing Honkai Star Rail and got distracted with that. So we're just continuing off here. I remember most of what happened though, so there shouldn't be any problems. And I didn't get to read the manga, but I think it'll be fine. If I have any problems, I'll just read it later. Let's get rid of her. You are inconsequential to the story. Let's go.
Are you already finished cooking? Smells delectable. I'm truly thankful whenever I can enjoy a proper meal like this. Cooking really isn't my forte.
You can smell my food? I thought I had it in my interdimensional storage. How the hell did you smell it from a dimension away? That's really interesting, lady. Is there something you're not telling me? Or maybe this bag isn't as special as I thought. But it carries a lot of stuff, right? It has to be an interdimensional storage space. Subspace storage bag or whatever they call it. There's no other way.
Even though everything you mentioned was in Tainari's letter, it's still hard to believe you were able to connect with Irminsul immediately after smelling Spiritborn eel for the first time.
No, it's not that hard for me to believe. Maybe for you, but not for me, you know?
It took me nearly 3 years before I could do so. And everyone at the academia even lauded me as a genius.
Well, you know, I'm quite the intellectual myself.
You should know that some researchers spent their entire lives without ever successfully connecting with Irminsul as you have.
Is that so?
So why does this incense allow people to connect to Irminsul?
Why are people calling drugs incense? I don't get it.
The ingredients used to make Spiritborn eel primarily consist of plants created by Greater Lord Ruka Devata. These special ingredients are conducive to heightening our senses to the Dendro Archon's power.
I will just call her Ruka, Lord Ruka, because I cannot say that, dude.
Since the root of the Dendro Archon's power lies within Irminsul, we can occasionally tap into her powers to peer into the depths of the earth.
Jeez. Sorry you lost me there.
That's all right. I'm sure you'll come to a clearer understanding as you remain in Sumeru.
No, I understand. It's just you guys are on something. This place is pretty different from the other two places. Or three
Makes
places?
sense. But Paimon's got a question. Why was he sensitive to the smell of those plants for such a long time?
That was primarily due to his body's unique constitution. Stimulated by the incense, he could perceive the Dendro Archon's power and experienced a sensory overload, hence the adverse reactions.
Bruh.
Taking in any scent similar to the ingredients of Spiritborn ale would cause adverse effects. Not to worry though, it appears you've already fully recovered.
So am I like immune?
Technically, your body should still be sensitive to the powers of the Dendro Archon, But unless you're using intentional meditation techniques, the scent of spirit-born ale should no longer trigger such reactions.
Oh, okay. So, I am immune until I am consciously not? I get what you're saying, though.
Well, that's a relief.
Yeah, it is.
I must admit, I am quite envious of your abilities. Even if it meant suffering from pounding headaches for the rest of my life, I'd consider it worthwhile so long as I could connect with Irminsul at will.
Okay, lady.
Whoa, you're really serious about this whole thing, aren't you?
Yeah, she's about it, Paimon. You ain't about it.
I am a researcher after all. As a member of the Ritaoist Darshan at the Academia, my main area of research is the stars and their connection to the fate
it's
of
that
living
thing.
beings. But there is still so much we don't know, especially regarding the mysteries that lie in the starry skies.
Did you say starry skies? I like stars, you know. I put them in every thumbnail, in every video. I like stars, in case you didn't catch that.
Which is why I must turn to the all-knowing Irminsul for answers.
You sold me on stars.
If only my perception wasn't so limited. Unfortunately, I cannot guarantee that my every attempt to attune with Irminsul will be successful, or that doing so will leave my consciousness intact.
So you'd risk losing your sanity for enlightenment.
I am currently in the stage of training known as Satyavada life. Many researchers in Sumeru have lost their minds while seeking to attune with Irminsul during this stage.
A deadly research. It is what it is, isn't it? Losing your sanity, your intellect for the greater cause, for the greater truth to the earth, to the world, and to the reality itself. I understand it. Respectable.
Sages have said that Irminsul contains
not this
divine
thing.
knowledge, and touching such knowledge without the proper preparations and abilities will only lead to one's mind caving in on itself.
Is this thing supposed to be cute? Is it like sleeping or something?
That's why we meditate alone. We need to ensure that our minds will be calm while minimizing the possibility of involving anyone else.
Whoa, so knowledge from Irminsul can be super dangerous. Don't you ever feel afraid of the risk, Haypasia?
No, that's the point, Paimon. You didn't get what she just said that.
Of course I do. Especially during nights that are pitch black with no moonlight. And dead silent without even the sound of insects.
I get the point.
However,
Yeah, you
I've
already
been
said
feeling
it.
better as of late. I don't get as scared anymore knowing that I have a little neighbor living nearby. I believe that being able to see them is a sort of blessing from the Dendro Archon. But what's strangest of all is that they're clearly an envoy of the God of Wisdom herself. And they have the curious power to make people dream.
I doubt the envoy part or the wisdom thing. I seriously doubt. If they had wisdom, they'd be able to talk, right? Right? Or maybe they just speak in a higher form of language that us mere mortals, or maybe we just can't comprehend the language of the gods. You know, us mere mortals.
What's so strange about that? It doesn't sound so out of place for a divine being, does it?
Yeah.
Well, it's strange because nearly nobody in Sumeru can ever dream.
What?
Huh. Is that true?
Yes, well, to an extent. Only children can dream in Sumeru. Adults, however, never do.
It's because you guys are what? You're too smart for it. Like, no, that's not the way to say it. You're what? You're too. It's the thing that Venti talked about, right? I think Venti talked about it. I remember a quest with I think it should be his Archon quest. The one with seeing like images of things or whatever. The children were the only one who had those things, or like the ones with youthful innocence or whatever. I think you know what I'm talking about.
The sages say that wisdom implies rationality, but that which occurs in dreams is often neither rational nor logical.
Yeah.
Yes, if one struggles with anxieties, those emotions could influence their dreams. The fact that the people of Sumeru do not have dreams is seen as a blessing by the sages. They believe that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, the god of wisdom, is keeping us away from the foolish delusions you encounter in your sleep. I was born into a family of scholars in Sumeru City. Ever since I was a child, my parents would always tell me that I'll know I've grown up once I stop dreaming. I studied hard, enrolled as a student in the academia, and went on to become a researcher. Sure enough, I never dreamed again. But then, on the day I scared the little Aranara, I suddenly saw a dream again. It was incredible. Though I don't exactly remember what I saw, I clearly recalled the feeling. I suddenly felt like I was a child again.
You felt like you were immature and incompetent and infantile, didn't you?
Back then, I was foolish and ignorant as any youth would be, but I was free of fear. Maybe dreaming isn't as bad as we've made it out to be. Just be sure not to speak of this if you travel to Sumeru City. They'll look at you as if you've lost your mind.
So, do you have any thoughts about the things he saw when he connected with Irminsul?
Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have any answers as of now. All I can say is that what you saw is a memory contained within Irminsul itself. World forget me. What could that possibly mean?
It sure is ominous.
If only I could ascend past Satyavada life and begin Paripurna life. I might have some more answers for you.
The what? The what? And the what? Dude. Yeah, okay.
If you two are ever in the area again, please be sure to come and see me.
I wish you luck in
There's
your,
no need to be thanking me.
your dreaming.
You two are my saviors. Besides, I'm already looking forward to tasting some more of your cooking.
I honestly got sold on the stars a bit.
Now that we
You
know
mentioned stars,
Hypasia is
I'm in.
alright and had the chance
Sign
to
me
ask
up.
her some questions, Paimon thinks it's about time to head back to Gandharvaville.
Yeah, sure. Anything more to say?
Heading out, I see? If there's anything else you'd ever like to ask about, you know where to find me. Even though that little neighbor of mine was able to induce a state of dreaming, I doubt they were able to control the actual contents of the dream. The end of your dream seemed quite terrifying. Perhaps there's something that's troubling you deep inside?
Okay, so that little munchkin is the one who didn't. He, they, it, whatever. That little munchkin was the one that made the dream, but didn't summon the herald inside. That was part of Traveler's PTSD.
Not to worry, though. I'm sure you'll be able to handle whatever comes your way in the real world.
Yeah, sure.
As someone from Sumeru who cannot dream, I needn't ever worry about nightmares. But lately, I've started to feel that I'm somehow missing something without dreams. It's a little hard to explain. Heading out, I see? If there's anything else you'd ever like to ask, Sumeru researchers use Spirit-Born Ale to assist them in connecting with Irminsul to extract knowledge from it. Though the process can be risky, we believe that the knowledge gained is worth it. Unfortunately, I cannot help you understand your dream. At least not yet. I'm still learning how to attune to the depths of Irminsul myself.
Yeah, you're still in the Satavavyavya and you want to go in the Paparika path, right?
I hope that I'll be able to ascend past Satyavada life
Yeah.
and gain deeper insights.
Yeah, that.
Heading out, I see? If there's anything else you'd ever like to ask about, you know where to find me. I've heard local children here in the rainforest speaking of fairy-like creatures. But I'm from Sumeru City and have never heard of such things when I was a child.
That is anything but a fairy. That does not look like a fairy. It looks like a yokai or a demon or a spirit, not a fairy.
Perhaps this is because I had a very strict upbringing. My parents would seldom allow me to play with other children. I doubt they'd ever believe me if I told them about my little neighbor out here. And speaking of my little neighbor, I think they can somehow sense when Tainari is coming to visit me. I've noticed on several occasions that as they're playing under the trees, they'll suddenly tense up and scamper away for no apparent reason. Shortly after they do this, Tainari always shows up here. Perhaps I should ask Tainari about this the next time I see him.
He would think you're crazy. Like
Heading out, I
everyone
see?
would.
If there's anything, take care. Do remember to come visit anytime you're in the area.
No, you will
I
never
would be-
see me again. Goodbye, Haypasia. This is the last time I will ever speak to you. Okay, let's go. Let's just teleport there. Oh my god, I have to run there. Really? I have to run there? Like some kind of uncivilized caveman running? Really? If only Ubers existed in the app. I think they do. No, wait, they don't. If Ubers existed, I wouldn't have to do deliveries for those monster. That monster for what's it called? The daily thing, the restaurant.